This week on Battle of the Ports, we are back to the world of Wonder Boy with the last arcade outing, Wonder Boy Monster Lair. Developed by Westone and released by Sega in November 1988. This game has us take control of a green-haired boy named Leo, Player 1, or a pink-haired girl hero named Princess Prupriel, Player 2, who must attack the invaders that attempt to collect weapons and use them to destroy the land. The gameplay consists of action and shooter scenes. The game starts out as a simple platform game, and later on the game transforms into a shoot 'em up. In the action scenes, the player's vitality decreases automatically, but can be restored by collecting fruit. A wide variety of weapons can be picked up, and not only do these allow the player to use weapons for a limited amount of time, but they also increase vitality. In the shooter stages, the player rides a pink dragon, I guess, as he makes his way through the scene. Here, vitality remains static unless hit by an enemy passing by. As usual, there are bosses waiting at the end that must be defeated. The game's music was composed by Shinichi Sakamoto, who was also responsible for the music of the game Wonder Boy in Monsterland. This explains why there are a few familiar tracks in this game. With 16 stages and later stages being more of an arrangement of the earlier stages, Wonder Boy 3 Monster Lair does drag on a bit. It's also very tough to complete, since you can't continue if you die on the last boss. The first port of Wonder Boy 3 Monster Lair came to the PC Engine CD on August 31st, 1989. This port was handled by Alpha System and released by Hudson. Now you would expect this port to drop the Wonder Boy name, since that was copyright of Sega and all of the Wonder Boy games released by Hudson use alternative titles, but no. This clearly states the game is Wonder Boy 3 Monster Lair on the packaging and title screen. So how is the port? Well, as you can see, it looks quite close. Yes, there are some missing details and the parallax is completely gone, but it feels and looks very close to its big arcade brother. The audio, on the other hand, is a different story. The sound effects sound weaker, but the biggest kick in the balls for me is the arranged soundtrack. Some songs are okay, but others are just wrong. They either sound out of place, such as having electric guitars on Stage 1's music, or just too campy. I'm not a fan, but hey, maybe you are. Besides the music, there's not much else to complain about. Well, maybe the lack of any options, but besides that, this is a great port. Released on the 22nd of December 1990 came the Mega Drive release. Unlike the PC Engine version, the Mega Drive retains the parallax scrolling, but it loses a lot of colour compared to the other versions, and let's not mention the sprites are smaller in many cases too. Sound-wise, the Mega Drive port is very close to the arcade machine, which makes sense. since they both use the same family of chips from Yamaha. Gameplay wise, the controls are fine except for an odd glitch on the ice stage. If you jump back then push forward, mid-jump, Leo will slide in the wrong direction. This doesn't happen in the other versions of the game. We also get a little slowdown here and there. These issues could be forgiven, but what can't be forgiven is the lack of oomph to the power-ups. They seem so weak in this port and don't even last very long. And what about the animation? Well, sadly, the Mega Drive is missing quite a bit. The animation that should play when you're pushed by the edge of the screen is completely absent here, and most actions have one fewer frame, walking, firing, taking damage, etc. The enemies also seem to lack animation. So yeah, if only Sega went with a larger ROM for this game. If they did, not only could we have better animation, but also retain all the stages. Yep, that's right, the Mega Drive port is missing areas, 5 in total. So yeah, the Mega Drive port isn't that good. And let's take a look at those 3 versions of Wonder Boy 3 Monster Lair running side by side.